What you're about to see is pre-alpha footage of Owen to Destruction. This was recorded months in advance, so there's still some placeholders in game. We're really hard at work right now and can't wait for you to get your hands on it at release. Cunning, brutal, unrelenting.
Look out, Gorbad Ironclaw's rubbing some brain cells together and he's going to Waaagh.
He not only is big and strong and can really pack a punch, he can also think pretty well.
Strength, smarts, and proper invasions. From Solon to Ostermark, the Empire best beware, the Ironclaw Orcs have a plan. Gorbad Ironclaw once comatose a warboar with a headbutt. Gorbad Ironclaw once slayed an emperor. Infamous is too small a word for a war boss of such horrific deeds, and yet it is not his strength or cruelty that has earned Gorbad his bloody reputation. No, Gorbad possesses something his bone-headed brothers lack. A brain. Of course, I should clarify he's smart for an orc, which is to say on par with the average Bretonnian farmer. For example, Death Pass is one settlement away from being us, and whilst we were driving the Skaven away from Blackrack, some cheeky gobbos went and stole Iron Rock. Maybe that's more a me problem. Either way, it's a good thing Gorbad instills undying loyalty. The Great Leader gives massive boons to Gorbad's leadership stats and opens up Orcs are the best. And Gorbad's Waaagh. Both abilities that tell me if hitting the enemy hard enough isn't working, I should buckle down, think about the situation, and hit them even harder. And what hits harder than squigs? Oh, lots of things, but we'll work towards building the squig cages to open up recruitment of the Night Goblin Big Boss and Mangler squids with mid-game goal of fielding a colossal squig. Or 5. Big squigs are it, that's what Mork always says. For now, we use that big old brain and get some growth going. Speaking of smart, some big brain humies with good words wrote a blog deep diving into all things Gorbad. Like what you're seeing? Read it. If you can. Right, let's kick these scabby-eyed gits out of Iron Rock. Can't hope to defeat the Empire if we can't beat a few stupid little gobbos.
Gorbad himself is a very strong single entity unit that can really fight well, but also lead from the front and buff up his allies around him. What makes him different to other orcs is that he can actually think better than most of them, which helps him utilize some tactics that would be very uncommon for orcs, utilizing goblins or arrows where is needed, and that can sometimes lead to winning battles that would otherwise have been lost.
We were inspired by Gorbad's lore as this master tactician leading Waaghs across the old world. To bring Gorbad to life, we thought, well, we have to include this special, unique trait of Gorbad, which is everyone is a useful part of his war machine, and he's going to use all of them in each special way.
Alright boys, here's the plan. Take Dwarf, build up it proper like, and launch invasion into the Empire. Let's not continue with that. We've consolidated Blood River and made tentative alliances with the surrounding orc tribes. Thorgrim still holds strong in the Silver Road, but we'll stamp him out on good time. Progress well made comes thanks to Gorbad's plan. Through vigorous trial and error, Gorbad has discovered that certain combinations of units assembled correctly, used in the right moment against the right enemy, makes the gits bleed good. Bolts and spears? Spears get shot. Big uns and giants? Big uns get squashed. Arrows and squigs? Here we go. We're onto something, boys. Look, I've trivialised Gorbad's intelligence so far, and perhaps that was a bit unfair. He is, after all, the official 100th Legendary Lord. We've heard foolish claims from elsewhere, but can Gorbad create dozens of combinations of units? No. Can Skulltaker combine 3 tactic slots per army? No. Only Gorbad encourages innovative thinking, ultimately assembling mixed armies with specific purposes. Gorbad's plans are loftier than what units to recruit, focusing on how combinations of units interact with each other to create a deadly synergy. 100th Legendary Lord indeed.
The plan is an awesome mechanic because it offers a ton of different options for Gorbad and his other armies, using different types of units, combining them together.
You recruit a bunch of units. If you get the correct unit combination, you'll have a eureka moment. You'll then unlock a new tactic. So the loop is very much experiment with the units in your forces, have some eurekas, and then make the best combination of tactics you can for each army. So you might end up with a different spider-themed army, or a goblin-themed army, or an orc-themed army across your whole campaign, and the whole idea is make a bunch of different bonkers brigades and have the best time.
We got a little carried away in Solent, but we've taken the Moot and Avalon, and we're teaching Elsbeth a thing or two about our smarts. With Nuln next in line for a good brawling, we want every edge we can get. Thankfully, we've got an abundance of scrap. Hold up, scrap's looking a bit different. Acting different too. Oh, that's right. All scrap upgrades are balanced for their power level and cost. In the interest of player freedom, we can now both stack and replace scrap upgrades on units, allowing us to build our units tall or wide throughout our armies. For Gorbad's army, we're prioritising melee, so we can go tall for our assault on Nuln. But scrap and big thinking might not be enough. Nuln's well defended and we don't want to lose momentum, not when we're a squig step from Reichland. Time to call a Waaagh. We'll gather the lads and raid the area for a few turns before beginning our assault. Like his rival Orc and Goblin legendary lords, Gorbad has his own take on the big Waaagh army ability, and whilst the bonuses are fairly standard, the length of his Waaagh is significantly longer. Furthermore, a successful Waaagh nets him additional units on top of the usual trophies. Longer Waaagh, more dead gits, proper smart, proper.
We really like the Orc and Goblin scrap mechanic. We think it's got some really cool flavour in there right now, but we thought, why not let you go further? So now you can have multiple scrap upgrades on your units. We've also created new scrap upgrades as well as doing a balance pass. So it's really in your hands. Do you do a bit of scrap on all your armies, or do you scrap one army all the way up to the 9?
Ha! Stupid Humie running out from behind his wall. Smart to stay behind him. Who's dumb now? Don't know why Franz left the safety of Altdorf, but who cares? Now's our chance to prove we're better than everyone else. We did have dragged wagons tactics selected to keep our movement up as we toured the Empire, but for our attack on Karl, we will change up our plans. Shoot to run should do the trick. He's never gonna see this coming. Let's go, lads. Waaagh! Right, it's not enough just to win here, we need to crush them. Prove once and for all, we ain't dumb. Best way to do that? Blast their heads off with the Savage Orc Great Shaman.
The Savage Orc Great Shaman brings awesome utility to every Greenskin Orc army, because now they can have a lord that has access to the big wasp.
Every big Waaagh needs big bolt throwers. Just another example of our superior smarts.
The bolt thrower is a new type of artillery, which is going to be quite useful against heavily armored targets, because it offers a lot of armor piercing damage.
You know what they say, you don't need to worry about armor piercing if you aren't wearing armor. Yeah, let's go, Snaggler. Box them in. Let's squeeze the life out of them.
For Snaggler Grobspit, it's all about spiders, and can also immobilize the enemy characters to assassinate them.
There's the subtle art of assassination, and then there's the subtle art of mounting a catapult on a giant spider. Either way, Carl's not getting out of this one.
The Ragnarok Flinger offers good new utility of having an artillery mounted on top of an Ragnarok spider.
With all escapes cut off, it's time for the colossal squigs to flatten their way through the stupid, soft Humies.
The Colossal Squig is the biggest squig you've ever seen. It's going to be amazing against enemy infantry and will probably be able to swallow whole enemy soldiers.
Oh, the Humies are on the back foot. They're nothing against the Green Tide. Nothing. What? Ogres? That sneaky git. Carl's only gone and hired damn ogres to save him. Right, well, easy. Ogres, just bigger Humies. So... Right, okay. What are we? Some kind of omens of destruction?
They could steal my glory!
Yeah, but they aren't gonna. Will Gorbad prove his intellectual might? Can he stand against Karl Franz, Skulltaker and Goldfag? Or will you plumb the depth of his genius? Thoughts, comments, Waaghs? Let us know in the comments below or follow our links to wishlist now.